This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
I had a 21st on Friday night.
Are you a bit old for that?
So young. No, I'm at that age where my son's friends are all 21
Correct.
and I'm that parent who's getting invited along.
Yeah, they're called tallies.
Yes.
I was called that before. So when I've been out and about all day. So when I got home...
Hang on, let's talk about what out and about means. You were on a boat at Rottnest for the full day after doing our Fringe World OB in the morning. You went straight to Rotto.
I came in hot. I came in
But then
really
again,
hot.
he did have energy up his sleeve because he only worked 3 days last week.
That's true. He was out and about. He wasn't doing errands. He was on a boat at
Anyway,
Rotto.
when I came in, everyone was ready to go other than me, so I needed to get changed because there was a theme. It was Wolf of Wall Street, and
so-
everyone was wearing pants
Yeah,
and shirts.
so you just went for a pile of cocaine, did you?
Pretty much.
When I got home, my son Lachlan, he had borrowed a pair of my pants, and Megan had bought these pants for me, and she was giving him a hard time because since he's been back from Europe, he hadn't been to the gym for a couple of months, and she reckons he's lost his ass. He's got no
Okay, he
bum
hasn't been
to-
doing his squats.
He's got no bum to fill out the pants. Anyway, we turn up to the 21st and everything's going along pretty good. And then my wife, Megan, she's having a chat to Lachlan's girlfriend and saying, oh, look at Lockie over there. Look at his ass. He's lost it, all this kind of stuff. So she
He hasn't
goes...
lost it. It's just slid down the back of his leg.
Yeah. So she goes up to him, or what she thought was him at
The
the bar.
girlfriend or Megan?
Megan goes up to this guy wearing the same trousers as what I had, and she's just grabbing the guy's bum. And obviously...
The guy being her son?
Yes. And she's going, oh, no bum, no.
I would think that's an inappropriate thing for a mother to be doing, don't
She
you?
thought she was so funny.
Sorry, Shaun sort of told us this story earlier on this morning. I thought you meant the girlfriend.
Me
grabbed his
too.
bum.
100%.
Not Megan.
No, it's Megan.
No, that's just... Both of us just looked at each other like, he's telling it wrong. No, he's not.
No, I'm not.
He told it wrong this morning.
That's right. So it wasn't the girlfriend.
You said the
No.
girlfriend ran up
I said
and
the
grabbed his
girlfriend.
ass.
Oh, well,
No. His mother.
Megan was like to
Megan.
Lachlan. His
Megan
mother.
is doing it to her son.
So
Anyway.
That's okay.
That's
okay.
Lachlan, well, what she thought was Lachlan turned around. It was another bloke.
Oh,
it was another kid.
It was another young child. So, when's your wife been in prison? Is that what we're doing?
2014. So she thought it was the funniest thing ever. Wrong that she got the wrong identity. I'm
Yeah.
starting to think she might have been doing it on purpose. Do you think?
I mean, yeah.
Filling up a 21-year-old.
So she didn't recognise your pants or her son.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You know what? It's very dangerous because some people, like, especially from behind, you
Yes.
know, it's very easy to mistake people from behind. I've talked about it. My dad now has reached the stage where there are Brians everywhere.
That's true. He does
have
have a
seen
very
the Brian.
common face.
Literally, like his hair, the way he walks, he wears a hat, his clothes. There is an army of Brians out there. So I literally
What
sometimes
a disturbing thought,
Yes.
by the way.
So sometimes I have to really check myself because I'll see Dad at my local shops.
Yes,
I'm
and you're touching his bum.
and I can never walk up and say, "Oh, hey, Dad," because I know it's probably not him. There's 1,000 of him issued around.
And so he's really offended that you don't say hello to him in public.
But there are Brians everywhere. You've probably
Beware.
seen one. I remember over the break I drove past 3 of them on the way to Dad's house.
Well, we all know the legend of the drop Brian,
I drove
where they
past
drop from trees.
3 Brians to get to a Brian. It was unbelievable. Hello, Lisa.
Hi guys, how you going
Good,
today?
Lisa. Is this about the wrong person, or are we getting a fondling story?
Mate, you're getting a fondling
Great.
story, you know.
Love it.
Seems what we're after.
So
Take it away.
my partner and I, we were at the Leopold Hotel down in Freo there,
Yeah.
listening to Mental as Anything.
Amazing.
You know, singing one of my favourite songs, The Nips Are Getting Bigger. So my partner and I are standing at the bar, and I start rubbing up against him, bopping away, you know, singing my heart out.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I see him walking towards me.
Oh.
So who was the
He
rando
the
that you were
toilet.
gyrating against?
I have no idea, but he looked at me as if I was this crazy old lady.
Oh, that
Was it Shaun McManus, perchance, because he's often at the Leopold?
Yeah, particularly on a Friday.
You know what
look.
my favourite thing is? So you are grinding up against a stranger, and that
Yes.
stranger is just letting it happen.
Well, that's right.
No, once they
That's
turn around and
exactly
go,
right.
I think you've got the wrong person.
I did have the wrong person, but the thing was, my partner just saw the funny side of it. He was just laughing at me.
Yeah,
And
Okay,
I
well,
was
it is
thinking,
funny.
That's good.
So wrong.
At least he's not the jealous type.
No, he can
Not
see
at
the
all, not
upside.
at all. Good old Loza, he wouldn't be jealous of anyone.
No, that's beautiful.
Awesome.
Thanks, Lise. Bianca, hello.
Hey,
Hi, B.
Bianca.
Bianca, what happened?
So my partner, who I thought was my partner, was in the kitchen, head down on the phone, and I just kind of walked up to him, moved my hand around, and then heard this noise, and it turns out it was not my partner after all. It was his housemate.
Oh, where did your hands move exactly?
Around to the front.
Around the front.
Around the front, yeah.
Just to adjust the package a second. It's like, hey, I'm here.
There was a bit of action in the front section, Nathan.
My favourite thing is if he also said nothing.
Luckily for me, he was alarmed. So
so he was alarmed, and then you realise it's not your partner. What happens
next?
I was also alarmed.
Yeah.
And then, honestly, just same as last caller, just saw the funny side of it as well.
Great.
Do you go over? Do you then just walk over to the sink and wash your hands? What happens?
I don't know. I just ran back into the bedroom.
You can't be too careful, everybody. Please.
Just be careful.
Thank you.
Got the tail so far.
All right, let's finish up with Demi. Hi, Demi.
Hi, how are you?
Hey,
Yeah,
good,
right.
Demi.
Sammy, what happened?
Good. So years ago, I don't know if you remember the time that the rugby player, Hopawati,
Yes.
Yep.
sort of got caught doing things on the
Footy
field with another player that he shouldn't have.
Fingers up bums, yeah?
yes.
Got ya.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one.
The only sports story I remember. Yeah, keep going.
Well, I was on Cayman Island with my ex and we're at the breakfast buffet. Well, he was. I was already sitting down, but she didn't realise. And he was standing next to another girl, obviously, that looked like me. And he just grabbed her on the backside and just said, Hopawati.
To a stranger. To a stranger.
And to a total stranger at the breakfast buffet. She's obviously just turned around and just was absolutely horrified. Apparently, I didn't see it.
So he grabbed her on the... I mean, he didn't fully go in, Nathan,
oh
but
my
it was
God.
more the suggestion that he was going to.
Okay, great. I thought he'd stick his finger up someone's bum.
It's more threatened to while his hand was on it.
He didn't actually describe exactly what he did, but I hope not.
Presumably she was wearing pants at the time.
How did she go with that? Oh.
And then he came back to the table. I'm happily sitting there eating my breakfast, and he was just white. He just looked at me and was like, oh, the worst thing just happened.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Like, because technically, she could press charges.
Of
Do you know
course
what I
she
mean?
could.
Like,
yeah.
Because people, and when you hear the explanation, it's
Yes.
like, we get it.
Exactly.
But we live in the
still,
day and age now
I
where
know.
can't go sick.
Hopawati.
No,
Fingers up
don't
bums.
Hopawati anybody, just to be safe.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat, and Shaun.
So we were talking to Lisa, and the topic is when you're doing your job for no one. She has a stuffed potato stand at the Fremantle Markets in the toilet alcove, which is not prime real estate. She said there are some days
fair bit
when
of traffic going
she's
through.
only making 2 potatoes for the whole day.
It's so bad. I'd like everyone to go down there and visit her.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah,
do
if
that,
you're in Freo
everyone.
for Somersault this weekend,
Yes, please go and get a potato
feed up
from
before
her.
you head off.
Yep.
Gosh. Hi, Kara?
Kyra?
Yeah.
Kyra?
How do we say your name?
It's Kyra.
Kyra. We would have got
Kyra.
that. Okay, Kyra. Have you done your job to nobody?
I have. So I work for an industry association and we have a training arm, and we thought, you know what, we want to do an end-of-year party for our apprentices. They'll love it. We'll do free drinks, free food. We'll just get them in for a couple of hours. It'll be a party.
Yeah.
We had about 200 registrations and about 10 people show up. We had about
free food
30...
and drinks and they're apprentices. That's amazing.
Exactly. We thought it's a no-brainer. They're all going to be there.
Of course.
But we had about 30 staff there and 10 apprentices, and we were like, all right, staff party, here we go. The apprentices are here, but it's mostly about us.
Staff and 10 apprentices.
Did you put on the terps, or was it just full drink?
No, free drinks.
Oh, yeah, free drinks, free food. It was going to be a good party if anyone showed up, but...
What did you do with all the leftovers?
Yeah.
With all the leftovers
Did everyone
stuff?
take like a Bay Marie home?
slab?
Or what?
Well, it was mostly canapes and things like that, so we ate as much as we could, and we sort of said to the staff at the venue, all right, well, it's your turn now too, so have a good night.
Did the apprentices have a good time?
They did. The ones that were there had a really good time, and it was the first time we'd run it, so we sort of said, well, hopefully next year we get a few more, so we'll see how we go at the end of this year.
Oh, okay. So that was just a couple of months ago.
Oh, yeah, it was just at Christmas time.
So funny.
Let's go.
Pretty soul-destroying, but, you know.
Yeah,
Can't wait for the 2023 edition.
Exactly. Thanks, Kyra. Rachel, hello.
Hi, how you going?
Good, Rach.
Have you done your job to nobody?
Yeah, mainly on Sundays and public holidays. There was we used to work in a retail store in West Perth, and basically no one would come in, maybe one person, and I'd be lucky to make $100 for the day, and they were paying me $70 an hour.
Yeah. Because, I mean, West Perth is really, it's a weekday thing because it's all office workers in there, isn't it? They're not really working public holidays and weekends, are they?
No, it shuts down, and we were literally the only thing open, basically to provide a service to the people if they came in.
So, what sort of business was it without telling us the business?
A betting store.
Oh, okay.
A betting store? Why wasn't Shaun there?
Because it's one closer to home.
I'm
than
sorry.
West
And
Perth.
now I'm super confused.
No,
Because the
I
betting
totally
store
get it.
open, Shaun's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Rachel.
yeah.
Wow.
West Perth. Okay, I know where that one
$70
is.
an hour to be there.
You'll never have that problem
Yeah.
from this day on.
That's right. Thanks, Rach. Sharon's in Forestfield. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Sharon,
Have you done your job to no one?
Oh, yes, many times. I'm a lecturer, and, it's terrible. You can actually tell when there's an assignment due in another course because no one turns up. And students, not bloody students, but students, are the biggest procrastinators, myself included.
Yep.
But and it's really, when you first start doing it, it's really awkward lecturing to no one. It's just an empty stadium, it's an empty
You
seats
have to
and-
go ahead,
You have
right,
to keep
because they
doing it.
film it. Is that the
That's
thing?
it.
Yeah.
Well, there's
How
one person there. Yeah,
embarrassing.
they record it, they film it, all of that. It can be embarrassing because when you hear yourself back, and I'm sure you've listened to yourself on the radio.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, it's awful.
It's horrendous.
You hear that awkward laugh, or you make a joke and no one else is laughing. It's just like an empty, and it's like cricket.
Sharon, this is mortifying.
And then so say if there's one kid in there, like, do you ask questions?
Yes, and they get, and I will say things like, "I'm just going to stop the recording now, and we'll have a chat."
Okay.
So they do miss out on things.
Sharon,
so,
how big's the auditorium in terms of how many people would be able to be in there on a given day?
It would have been back in the day. It was at least there's ones for 200.
Yeah.
That was standard. Or
It's a big
even just
empty room.
the 30-seater.
Yeah.
And you'd get one or two people.
Yeah.
The worst thing was when a guest presenter was scheduled. And,
What do you say? I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry, but get up there and do it.
I buy them coffee, lots of coffee, and treats, and just say I'm
And you're like,
mortified.
people
I'm
really
so
do
sorry.
like my course.
Yes.
What was your
they
course?
do.
What were you lecturing?
Well, it was health information management. Unfortunately, it's been closed down now. But
well, it sounds like everyone wanted to do it.
yeah, that's it. No one turned up. Oh, no.
Well, we know they didn't go into the spud buying.
No, that's right.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
A new show. Like, it's a familiar format because we've seen the UK version of Taskmaster.
Yes.
And it's so good. There is an Australian version on Channel 10 and on 10 Play. And who else in Australia would they cast to be the Taskmaster other than Tom Gleeson?
Oh my God!
Tom.
He's
Tom,
on
this is it.
commercial television. Whew. Hello, Tom. Tom, wow.
G'day. Well, I was happy to come back to Channel 10
Full on.
because I was on Channel 10
Yes.
and they fired me. So I went to the ABC.
Yes.
Became more popular than Channel 10. And so now they've begged me to come back.
Wow.
Yeah, they have.
I have to say,
Rightfully so.
that gold logo really pries some doors open. And then also works as a doorstop to keep them open for future opportunities.
I know it's funny because I pointed out in my speech that the gold logie doesn't mean anything.
Yes.
But unfortunately, people forgot that, and now they start to believe that it does. So all that hard work I did has been undone.
Tom, the thing that you notice when you watch a Taskmaster is it looks like there's a bit of money spent. On the set.
they bought a
You've got the
caravan and everything.
Yeah, you got the live audience. It seems to be in full swing as well. That's a lot different from being at the ABC, I would have thought.
Yeah, well, I guess there is a bigger budget, which is very exciting, but also it's good to hang out with other comedians again because on Hard Quiz, we've been doing it a long time. I've been rubbishing just the general public.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, when they're having a go at me, they've got no chance.
Yeah.
So it's good to have a go at comedians who actually have a fighting chance of mixing it and matching it with me with the banter. They don't. But
No.
it's just good to feel that they have it there.
They feel like they're in the game.
Do you feel more comfortable surrounding yourself with species rather than normies?
Well, see, I'm not sure which show you're referring to there. We are talking about comedians.
Yeah, that's true.
It's pretty special.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, Tom Cashman as your sidekick,
Yeah.
I mean, God love him.
He's funny.
He is. He's great.
He's
I'm
funny.
a big fan of his, actually.
Which brings me to this, Tom, and don't get defensive, but you don't really do much, do you?
Oh, in the show?
Yeah.
No, I don't really have to do much at all.
Like,
I'm actually like a viewer of the show, except I'm in the show.
Yeah.
Because really I just get to sit back, watch the comedians attempt these tasks, and then critique them at length afterwards. And I pretty much get to say all the things that you probably want to say, having
That's
watched
great.
it
It's
at
like
home.
Gogglebox, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty much. It's like a business class seat of watching the show. I'm right up the front of the plane, and I've got the best view.
Which is interesting, isn't it? Because Tom, your sidekick, who's out at all the film
doing
shoots,
the actual grunt
I'm
work.
guessing he gets paid dramatically less than you.
Oh, yeah, he gets paid way less than me. So, yeah, I've got the dream job. All the contestants, they have to go on location to complete all the tasks.
Yeah.
Tom Cashman is there on location allocating the tasks.
Yeah.
I only have to turn up to the studio.
That's it.
I'm like with Formula One, they got the engineers and everyone,
Yep.
they build the Ferrari, and then just someone jumps in at the end and drives it. That's me.
That's you.
That's you.
So I was actually in the newsroom just a second ago, and we had the ABC on, and I want to, and we love Channel 10 obviously because that's what you're working on at the moment. But it did show that Hard Quiz is coming back as well. I'm wondering if you're not going to get yourself in a position where you're going to
up
be like
against
Osher
yourself.
Ginsburb, where you're just
Yeah.
you're just on every station.
Yeah, well, hopefully not, because unlike Osher, I think I understand the limits the audience can stand of me. Hopefully. So I'm there's 10 episodes of Taskmaster, and then Hard Quiz runs all year. They're on different nights.
Yes.
And hopefully that's just enough for people, I think. Maybe twice a week is already a bit too much.
That's the limit.
So,
they're
I won't be
saturating the
saying yes to any
market.
other offers.
Now, Tom, the prize, obviously, in Taskmaster is that gold bust of your head. What was the process they went through to cast that?
It was, my head was scanned. So it was made with a 3D printer. So I had to go to a warehouse in the suburbs of Melbourne and just sit there while there was a man and me in a shed, and he just scanned my head for about 15 minutes.
I mean, that seems
And I wasn't
normal.
allowed to talk. It was like going to a barber, but there was just no short talk. There was no small talk. It was just him scanning my head, and then when I was done, I was out of there. And I must admit, I remember that morning I was very hungover, and it was a really bad time to start to feel a bit paranoid and introspective as a man just slowly moved a device I didn't understand around my head.
Isn't that full on? Because when someone takes a photo of you, right, especially
Yes.
when you're doing a photo shoot, you've done them, of course, Tom, and they're taking a close-up, like you try to look more attractive. But there's no hiding a 3D scan, isn't there?
No.
Like, you're trying to lift your eyes a bit and suck in your cheeks.
No, and you've all done TV before. Like when you're on television, you watch it back. You never look like what you think you do. Well, I'm actually hosting a TV show while sitting next to what my head actually looks like. And I'm telling you, it's from the self-loathing I had to push through to host this show is extraordinary.
That's confronting. Yeah.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun podcast.
We just had a chat to our digital content producer, Sam, because it turns out he, over the years, has spent a lot of money on bags.
There's this one little bum bag looking thing that's black, it's tiny, and it looks like it costs like $30, and it's $500.
And a
Mate, the
yellow
clutch.
leather clutch, fluoro yellow.
$980.
$980. I mean, I get the tote bag. The duffel bag. That's a big bag.
Yeah, but still, like $3,000, you got it on sale for $1,500. But like, come on, it's a bag.
Yeah, that's right.
And we went, "Are you insane?" And that's what we're talking about right
Pics
now.
are on Insta if you want to see these
Yes.
bags, by the way. Luke's in Mandurah. Hello, Luke.
Hello, how are you?
Okay.
Wonderful, Luke.
All right, is this something you got, Luke, or someone else got?
Yeah, so no, I purchased it. So it was a Josh Kennedy footy jumper, his last worn jumper when he won in the Eagles. It was round 15 last season.
Okay.
Yes.
And it was in at auction, and I'd planned on only paying $3,000, and I got caught in the moment and I ended up paying $11,500.
Oh, you're insane, Luke.
Well, we could have got you one for $100.
Luke.
Luke,
So
do
my
you
wife,
have a
Dr.
missus,
Fan,
Luke?
doesn't understand. Yeah, she's a Docker fan, so she'll never understand.
I kind of like it
my
from that.
oldest daughter is an Eagle, so she's over the moon about it.
Okay, no, sorry, $11,000. Like, are you
Yeah,
like $11,500? So, is that going to ever go up in price? Like, talk to me.
God,
Shaun.
well, you'd hope so.
But
I don't know. I don't know if you
memorabilia
would.
like that? I don't know.
You know, he's the greatest ever goal kicker the West Coast Eagles will have. That'll
Terrific
stand for
bloke.
a
long
period of
time,
time.
yeah.
There's no doubt about that, Nath. But, geez, man.
Luke.
That's pretty...
Did you have
Money
regret
well
the
spent,
next
money
day?
well spent.
Do you? Oh, so you have no regrets about that?
Oh, absolutely not. No, maybe paid a little bit too much.
Of
but
course you did.
You reckon?
There's only two of them. And I have one of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, I'm happy with my purchase.
Nah.
Okay, so that's the
Okay,
day.
Nathan.
How many goals did he kick that day? 7? No, more.
It was 8 or 9, wasn't it, in that last game? How was it?
Might
It was
have
8,
been
I
11,
think.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Luke should know. He bought the jersey.
Luke?
How many did he kick in that last game?
No. So his last game, I believe he kicked 7 or 8, but it was actually the round 15. So it was the last game he won when he played for the Eagles.
Oh, it wasn't even his
Wasn't
last
even
game.
his
He
last
never
Even his
played
last
it.
game. Oh, Luke, you idiot. Luke, you got caught up in the moment. If you go to an auction next time, take cash and leave your credit card at home.
That's right.
And that's it. And then that's all you can spend.
Yes.
Oh, Luke.
Luke.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
Luke. Luke says it's worth it.
Yep.
Anyway.
No regrets.
No.
Thanks, Luke. Tegan, hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Good,
Oh.
Tegan.
Is this about your husband?
Yes, so
did
my
he
husband
do?
he decided to treat himself over Christmas.
Yes.
And he bought himself a Versace spray jacket, like a windbreaker.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
God.
very, very thin. He imported it from the US, so it came in at about $2,000 for a windbreaker.
So this is like that. It's that parachute material stuff, isn't
Yep.
it? Yeah,
Really
and it's
super
thin.
thin.
It's as thin as there's no even lining in it, really, is there?
Nope, that's
And
it.
does
Like,
it
it's not gonna
actually
keep
protect you from the
warm.
weather? No.
No, it does not.
Does it look
Purely
good?
for looks.
1,000.
I mean, it looks nice, but
well,
he's not active in terms of like going to the gym or running. So I'm like, when are you going to wear this, babe?
So where does he worn it?
He hasn't worn it yet, so he only just got it this Christmas past. It's currently sitting in the wardrobe, nicely packed along with all the other bougie items he's
Yes.
purchased.
It's not really the weather for it.
So I'm so glad I didn't get the bougie bug, right? Because that is an expensive road to walk down. So he's caught the bougie bug.
Oh, absolutely. I just have stopped asking. He doesn't even have parcels delivered to our house anymore.
Oh.
He gets them delivered to my parents' house so that there's someone to intercept it between me and him.
So what else has he got? What else has he got in his collection?
I mean, he's got a Versace wallet. That was I didn't ask about that. He also got some Gucci sneakers as well for Christmas. So I felt a little bit guilty for not going outrageous for Christmas for
Yes.
him. And then when all these parcels started to rock up, I went,
You didn't need to.
Can I just say?
It's an interesting
can I say-
aesthetic, the Versace
Yeah.
aesthetic. Too,
I
you
don't
know
like
what
the
I mean?
Versace
Like-
aesthetic. I think he's so tacky.
Like-
So your husband needs to pull out from there. Louis Vuitton, right? So we make good money. Let's be honest. We make good money, and we can probably afford these things. But
He's looking at me, not you. Shaun.
Yeah, I know. He's not looking at me. Straight past me.
But I will not do it. So it was my mate's birthday just recently, last year, and I thought, well, what does he love? And I know he loves Louis Vuitton, and I went, okay, what could I get him? So I thought, okay, I'm going to look on Louis
They
Vuitton.
do a key ring?
Yes. So the only thing I thought was to look in the accessories because I might be
Yes.
able to find something little. And then I thought, oh my God, he loves his coffee. Maybe I'll get him a reusable coffee cup. $1,200 for a reusable Louis Vuitton coffee cup. I didn't buy it.
No.
I refused. But someone out there like your bougie
buying
husband
it.
Yes.
will buy that. It's, oh God, it blows my mind.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.